make disciples. And I want to begin by asking a simple question: why multiply? Why multiply? Is it to have bigger churches? Is it to have bigger conferences? Is it so we can say our fellowship is growing? Think about that. No, it's not these things. We multiply because people are lost without Jesus Christ. 俾我俾佢掂啦，之後俾我個俾攞誒俾嗱攞真係，嗱是俾我哋中國抽嘅，俾我 conference 個攞唔有 stadium. That's not the point of multiply. 俾 multiply 我俾三門將靈論將主耶穌，攞將靈論將攞我主耶穌呢個對啲。That's why they multiply. That's why they suck up. They law to make disciples who make disciples. And I fear something has happened to the church. I fear we have lost our urgency for lost souls. Como bigger churches, they lose her urgency. 我们都没了changes. They lose her urgency. 他的莫能要上找我了要帮助的莫能要上找我了知道保主耶稣的 they're going to be condemned forever. And her urgency 他的搞被我叫到了这个主 her urgency 的让你们不让主要到 bigger churches.
Jacob.
And this morning I want to talk about how multiply disciples make disciples. We do that because of lost souls, and that lost souls matter. I remember not too long ago I was watching an online story about the Du or Nuwashi or Rong, and they live on this property and there's forest, a big forest, and he wandered off too far and Numubongzhong. And when he was lost and his family found out, and they called the authorities and they gathered people, a lot of people, to search for this little boy who has been lost in the forest. Firefighter, they announced it in the news. And finally, with all the help that they finally rescued that one little boy. And he's still no for 3 days. You are. And they found him and they brought him home and they rescued him. Was I going to imagine a ship lost at sea? When there's a ship that's lost at sea, sometimes the radio goes silent, families wait anxiously, the Coast Guard launches rescue teams, helicopters search the skies, ships scan the waters for survivors. Why? Because lost lives matter. 俾我唔保你那贴着令我了东手，俾我唔保你那样我得弄高啊，要到底去处 and it's lost at sea。俾我好个了沙helicopter了沙当波了沙令多了新年，就青蓝跟贴到路高的，贴个到跟令我高的了。要为你家做好的人做事啊，matter。Because lost lives matter. Did you guys remember in 2010, 33 miners in Chile, well, they mined copper and gold, were trapped 2,300 feet underground. They were trapped for 17 days and no one knew where they were. But the rescuers went and dig up where they were underground. The entire world was watching. Engineers and governments and rescue workers worked around the clock. And after 69 days, those 33 miners were rescued alive. The whole world was watching. Families were praying. Rescuers were working day and night. And nobody says it was too expensive. No, and their families prayed and rescuers worked day and night. They all took turns and worked day and night for 69 days to get these men out from where they were trapped. Why? Because trapped people create urgency. 然後頭啲人 problem 頭啲人幫上了，你嘅摸一個 urgency， 然後被路線的被我知道唔到了。And here's my question this morning: why do we have more urgency for people physically lost than people spiritually lost? 因為而家有冇人 problem 幫上你點樣多了是叫我買呢，叫今年我冇看過看好，冇看冇聽過，天天念的歌，背就今年呢了 problem。It's on the news. It's from the news. It's running 24 hours for 69 days. And you have to be a teacher to name bonjour. That's the big thing. More hot to name. You never do the edge to the badge. Moji, if we spare no expense to rescue people lost physically, why have we lost our urgency for people who are lost without Jesus Christ forever? Why do we search harder for a child lost in the woods than for a soul lost without Jesus? The forest. 比如是被路道路上，比如是被路注意，比如是你也是这门前个道，但 one little boy， 但是对我去保持耶稣那个被接管者。某一句，背后弟兄呢，你却一个 slogan。Multiplication is a rescue plan. The disciples make disciples because lost souls matter to God. Amen. See, I'm afraid that most of our churches today have lost the urgency to reach lost people for Christ. And sometimes even the church at large, they have urgency. They escape hell. True disciple. Urgency. Churches.
That's true.
First thing I want to talk about is this. A church that has lost its urgency is no longer broken for lost souls. 一路车队我的周末好urgency到了，你如果我听你路写只过河到人能我不了，人能我来这了保耶稣。In Luke chapter 19 verse 41, nhớ được Luke trong của Chúa lấy bao nhiêu ý. In Luke chapter 19 verse 41, Luke trong của Chúa lấy bao nhiêu ý. It says this, now as he drew near, talking about Jesus, he saw the city of Jerusalem and he wept over it. Thôi Chúa Giêsu đã khá là cho lúc trong Jerusalem, nữ thôi được bỏ lúc trong Jerusalem đó, nữ kia là cho cho nữ kia là qua cho cả năng nhớ đồ Jerusalem. And Jesus looked over Jerusalem, he wept over not because buildings were broken, not because attendance was low, not because people rejected him, but he wept because people were lost. Because I know, bây giờ sư phụ thì bây giờ nhiều sư phụ thì bây giờ thầy cho bây giờ churches, hay là nên lúc có mua có qua trò trò nơi chỉ bằng mặt.
Yeah.
Because he lúc chơi từ nếu lúc xe chỉ qua trò trò nên của chỉ bằng mặt chứ là lúc chơi này lúc chơi nếu chỉ bằng họ urgency thế nên lúc có mua chỉ lo cho nên giải nhẹ, cho nên bông rồi là sự bông thề. Chỉ muốn họ urgency nhau bên Lucia, chỉ muốn họ urgency nhau bên trong sư phụ, chỉ muốn họ urgency nhau bên trong những sư phụ là bên trong thực cho, and sometimes you trickle on bên trong chân, and bên trong chân là chỉ muốn họ urgency nhau bên Lucia. Em cũng thấy này thì họ nói là có slogan, em cũng thấy rong câu, tụi này có attractive. I mean, I know it's beautiful. Thank you for our creative team. Nhớ rồi không ý gì. This is big walk on our yellow slogan goes Sean goes. This is God's rescue plan. Multiplication. Disciples make disciples. And I wonder, when was the last time God got into Sanjay là gì? Got into got who là gì? Into got ball and into the ball. Jesus. I hope it was Friday. We opened Big Conference with Jesus. And every candle you represent, ne itu sanjay, ne itu minyo, itu sanjay, itu loved one, that she itu ne bao, and you candle now represent a lost person. A big walk on, a big opening night, pray for that person to which the bow which the bow Jesus, and then I'm gonna draw hold the letter not that Jesus. The Hawaii knew. Cũng chân là địa là do lần chân chia số là do muốn tên kỳ đồ nên cho thấy bọc kẹt thiệt. Đó chia số là để bây giờ muốn tên kỳ đồ nên cho thấy bọc kẹt đó chia số là muốn tên đó. And I want to thank the Lord that you got. And I hope that Friday night, I know some of you guys took a long time. Because you're still praying for that individual. Maybe it was a parent, maybe it was a brother, a sister, a friend, a co-worker. Maybe it's your spouse. I don't know who it is, but God knows. I even have this idea that, okay, what about they take a marker and they write the name under the candle. Pastor Jared, I'm like, let's do that. You know? Let's have them write the person who's lost their name behind the candle, turn on the light, pray for them. But we'll have a name that even though you don't write the name, God knows who it is.
Yes.
God knows Friday who you cried for, who you prayed for. That you don't know Jesus. And so even when I'm preaching now, it ain't just a candle, no. You know who you prayed for. The candle no represents itu, wanetu, nature, nepal, chito manchen Jesus. And when you know that they are shashana, they like your Jesus. And they too will shine the light of Jesus in the world. But I do fear